Welcome to the first real episode of the Memery Hole 2023. Everyone is back. Has everyone had a good festive period?
Yeah, I mean, I was struck with the flu, but I've recovered.
Yeah. This is the first Christmas I haven't been ill in years.
This is the first Christmas I have been ill in years, and to be honest, it was awful. It was unironically worse than the Big C, than the XBB 1.5 or whatever it's called.
So I watched Love Actually over the Christmas.
Oh no.
And we counted all black people with speaking lines, and there's 9.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. And do you know who's underrepresented in it?
Can't comment.
People with regional accents.
Underrepresented.
Yeah, there's no one with the only accents that are represented are, what's it called with the standard English. Then you have like one minor character who's Welsh, a minor character who's Scottish, and then you've got Liam Neeson. And everyone else is just like a middle class English person.
What about the singer's manager dude? Is he not like...
He's Scottish. He's the minor Scottish character.
Oh, is he? All right.
But yeah.
What?
Richard Curtis doesn't care about us. Then that's the other thing as well. The other film I watched on New Year's Eve, which my girlfriend fell asleep to, which I wish I had, was Knives Out by Bryan Johnson, who ruined Star Wars movies.
Like a thriller, not thriller, but like thriller murder mystery movie. I heard it's embarrassingly bad.
Yeah, Daniel Craig's got this Kentucky accent, and he's for some reason talking like this. And I feel like the only reason they have him talk like that is so someone can make a joke about KFC, which they used twice. But yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things where the message is immigrants deserve your birthright more than your own family. That's the take-home message of the film. So yeah, don't watch it. It's a psyop.
The knives really are out there. What? I can't believe he's actually got more work. Is that like the only work he's done since?
Well, there's a sequel to it as well.
Yeah, because the last Jedi is actually the last Rian Johnson movie. That's not a joke that I've made. That's the Red Letter Media joke. I'm just copying it. But it's good that he's finding a job for himself after completely wrecking the Star Wars trilogy.
Didn't Daniel Craig didn't he ruin James Bond as well? So it's a nice match.
Wait, did he direct a Bond movie? No way.
No, Daniel Craig. No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
Daniel Craig kind of subvert our expectations. Well, I guess he was just the best lesson.
Yeah, in my head canon, Pierce Brosnan is the last Bond, and then they decided to shelve the franchise. I mean, Pierce Brosnan was legendary.
To be honest, though, I think Bryan Johnson's Star Wars wasn't good, but at least he tried to do something different with it. Whereas the other two were literally just trying to copy stuff that happened before.
I don't know. I think that's a shit argument because I don't like this. Like he tried something different because to have a 2-minute footage.
Oh, I'm not saying he succeeded.
But to have a footage, 2-hour footage of a shit being squeezed out of a colon would be something different, right? It doesn't mean that it would be watchable or even a Star Wars movie. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a bit of a tenuous proposition. I kind of tend to disregard it's something different argument. And I kind of don't believe it logically follows it's different, thus it's a positive, because sometimes people say it's different, therefore it's good, which is not even an argument. But the idea that it's different, thus being different being an advantage is also, in my opinion, not an argument. I wouldn't mind more of the same, personally, as long as the same was good. So yeah.
I think we're about to get Indiana Jones.
Oh, fuck.
Even though, again.
Oh, no.
Right.
I think he's like a professor of gender studies now.
No
way. Let's jump into the memes.
Right.
That's why we're all
lay it on me.
So this is the cobalt mines. The artisanal miners.
Artisanal, like it's a fucking wine or organic artisanal cheese.
Yeah, so this is from the Joe Rogan podcast with Jordanian Peterson.
Wait, what is it?
So yeah, basically the guy looked like a Middle Eastern version of Jordan Peterson. So
minus
I don't know. He looked like he was on the verge of tears in that podcast.
Peterson's always on the verge of tears. I don't know who pointed this out, but he basically cries every time. Every time he's in public, he finds a reason to like bawl his eyes out. I don't think I'm the only one noticing that. Every time he's talking,
even his own podcast,
feels like a public appearance or whatnot, interview. Peterson just turns on the waterworks. It was endearing at first, but now it's not to be insensitive, but it's becoming annoyance. Like it's becoming
in his
annoying.
head, he's just hearing like doon 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 doon. Boys don't cry. But yeah, this is basically where your iPhone's coming from. These people are mining cobalt with their hands so that they can. Basically, the cobalt just makes your phone charge faster. It's not even like necessary because most people, I presume, like charge their phone when they go to bed when it doesn't need to be charged quickly. Yeah.
Oh, wait, so they're called artisanal because they work with
that's essentially it. So it's the same thing where like artisanal soap is like when you go to Lush, I believe that's the name for it, Lush, where you buy like artisanal soap made by hand.
Yeah.
So anything from like a Chinese factory made by kids and all that.
See, iPhone's
artisanal iPhone. I mean, yeah, it logically follows. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah.
I love the story of how the Russians found out about the Manhattan Project in World War II. Not via spying, but because a Russian scientist knows that several key nuclear scientists based in the USA hadn't published any peer-reviewed papers for 2 years. He joined dots and alerted Stalin. I mean, I'm a bit dubious about this because was peer review that big a thing in the 40s?
No, I think this is a comforting story we like to tell ourselves. But the grim reality is that US at the time was infested with Soviet spies, and because FDR was so sympathetic to communism, he turned a blind eye to it until his agencies turned a blind eye to it, and therefore it was only a matter of time before the Soviets got the bomb, which I believe was 1947, which is 2 years after 2 years after the US detonated its own bomb. I think it was 1947 or 49, which is incredible. Yeah.
What were we like 49, and that wasn't even really.
Yeah, and you were given half the tech, right?
A maths question for Rishi Sunak: if you promised to hire 50,000 additional nurses, but 40,000 nurses quit last year, how many nurses are you short of your target thanks to your refusal to improve pay and conditions?
Yeah, awful.
Yeah, this is the story of Rishi Sunak trying to force people to learn maths up to the age of 18.
See, to be honest,
it's one of those weird.
Yeah. It's one of those weird things where it's not something you disagree with in principle, but you have a visceral reaction because it's Rishi Sunak and he's doing it for exactly the wrong reasons. Unless I'm getting completely wrong.
Did you see headlines in The Guardian saying it was like right out of China's playbook?
Yeah, it's right out of China's playbook to produce more mathematically inclined people. So maybe we can catch up with countries like Iran on engineering. Did you know that Iran is the hub of global engineering? It like shits out thousands of engineers every day, every year.
They're women as well, and there are a lot of female engineers. They're really hitting those.
Yeah, so they
targets.
found in like the more gender equal countries, like the Scandi ones, people pick more traditional gender roles. But it's when you're in a country like Iran where you just shat on all the time. You try and get out, so that's why you have a lot more engineers in all these countries compared to Sweden, for example.
It is interesting, yeah. But yeah, Iran. I have a feeling it may, some of it may have to do with the budding rocketry industry, shall we say? But they do produce a lot of engineers. So yeah, I mean, fuck it. If compulsory teaching of maths to underprivileged kids to earn your pension is what we need to become like the number 2, number 3 country in the world in terms of engineers, then you know what? I support it. Go Rishi, fuck it.
I feel like I haven't seen this guy at all since he's been PM. He's just kind of, I don't know if he's just standing behind the thing, that the podium, and we can't see him. But like, I don't know what. I don't know. I literally haven't seen him like do think it was in like one speech maybe, in the 6 months, which is a complete sea change to what I guess Boris was.
Yeah,
Trust in
Boris,
the middle.
you couldn't see enough of that. Yeah. It's just every day something. Boris this, Boris that.
As a nation, we are generally becoming more Americanized in our eating habits, says Stenning. According to Future Food Service data, fast food sales in 2022 were 10% higher than 2019, making it the fastest growing sector of food and drink in hospitality. I wonder what could have been driving that.
Wait, is this just in 2022? Ah, fuck. So basically, what's happened is 2020 just kind of set in motion this horrible spiral of doom where we just order more and more takeouts, right? You build a habit in 2020 to just get a takeout every day. And then before you know it, you're getting takeout every day or every 2 days. Not great.
Yeah.
The article was about a Popeye's chicken in Stratford shopping centre that has 4-hour queues and
Oh,
it's like a month.
Fuck queues for 4 hours to get Popeyes. Oh my goodness! I could get some chicken wings from Tesco and get a better meal than Popeyes. Fucking hell! And it substitutes chips for rice. Rice, really?
But do you remember the stream yesterday on AA with Furrow when he was talking about how restaurants will pay people to queue up to create buzz? So maybe it's just a bit of good old astroturfing.
Yeah. Things take a downturn. I'll head up my local Popeyes, be like, "Do you guys need people to queue?" Yeah, does anyone need people?
Atheists on December 25th, when no presents are evolved under the science tree. The science tree.
I mean, this might be a hot take, but I do kind of feel like non-Christians, or especially atheists, because I guess with other Judeo-Christian religions, there's at least some semblance of it. But surely, as an atheist, you don't really get much claim to Christmas, right? Other than like some kind of nebulous, I'm spiritual, and it's about seeing your family and all that shit, right? Which I don't believe it's necessarily is not, but still, I don't believe if you're a non-Christian that you have much of a claim to Christmas. And that's a quote.
I feel like as long as you give presents, I guess, like you can't just rock up, not give anything, and just.
Like a legend.
Yeah, I remember like maybe my first or second year of uni, I was like refusing to receive presents. Mostly because I think in retrospect, because I didn't want to give any because I was poor. And I was like to my dad, I got in a big argument with my dad. I was like, I don't want anything.
It's not because you were tipping your
fedora.
fedora.
No, I have to get you something. I was like, I don't want anything. And he was like, no, I have to get you something. It's Christmas. I was like, all right, can you get me this, what was it? Adventure Time version of Monopoly, which was like 30 quid or something. Like, not even expensive. And he was like, I'm not getting you that. I was like, well, why'd you ask me what I want? And that you're going to force me to get a present, but then you won't actually get the thing I want.
I can't believe you asked for Adventure Time. Really sweet, Adventure Time, fucking Monopoly. Are you serious? If I were your dad, I'd seriously start thinking about disinheriting you. I'd be like, it's time to remortgage my house. This shitter doesn't get any of my inheritance.
I thought you were going to ask for like a power drill, then like.
I did get a power drill for my birthday. A couple of years ago.
To him.
The fuck are you drilling? That you need a power drill for your birthday? Or is this just like a generic masculine gift number 3287 or something?
Right? Yeah.
No,
since he asked for the Adventure Time Monopoly, it's just like
he's gonna give me a forklift for my 35th.
No, I did a lot of DIY back in London in my flat, so I asked him for a drill so that I could make some like outdoor furniture.
Then you pawned it and got Adventure
Time. New Year's Eve fireworks are cancelled because of masturbating walrus.
Oh, this is a fantastic story. Yeah. And do you see it? It had a bit of a schlong on him, but I don't know if that's normal. I guess that is.
How long was it compared to its tusks?
It looked like a third tusk. Yeah. It looked like a third tusk.
Elon Tusk.
It looked like Elon Tusk.
Elongated.
It looked like a human cock. It was a bit freaky. Didn't know really what to think about it.
Kind of want to see this.
Yeah.
Walrus.
It is
penis. Why did it get the word? It got rid of the word penis.
It just googled walrus.
Would it?
Is this the power of censorship in the cherry blossom country?
Pacific War with a erect penis. Yeah, it kind of looks like a human penis, but like dog lipstick colour.
The fuck is a dog lipstick?
That's what mine.
You know when a dog
No.
when a dog gets its lipstick out.
Oh no.
Red Rocket.
Oh no.
Oh, this was your black pilling of current trends in Europe.
Yeah,
with
turns out
regards to
Europe's
the
now more
European
united
Union.
than ever. Even in the
Wonder why that is. Do you think it's?
The war's got to help.
yeah.
Oh yeah. They're united against a common enemy. It was us, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so I almost got cancelled from my new job, right? But there's a new guy that everyone hates more, and I'm just dogpiling on him with everyone else.
The pecking order.
is he Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah.
So we have the decline in architectural styles.
Makes
All
me
these
sad.
town halls.
I'm supposing they didn't get bombed or anything, right? They were. I'm assuming the whole point of this is that someone thought this would be better to build something new rather than keep these ones in a state which is worthy of the design. But
Are they?
Yeah,
I guess the
God.
top one looks like it is a complete replacement, but then the other ones maybe they've built the town hall somewhere else and kept the building. I'm not sure.
that would be a bit of a dishonest meme. There's no such thing as
All memes are true.
Wait, people would lie on the internet? No.
No way.
I can't be asked to debunk that one, but
Right, the mighty DEANO.
here we have
I don't
DEANO.
actually understand what this is. Is this meant to be poking fun at new builds? Or what?
No, I think the DEANO is that sort of metrosexual, tan-looking gypsy fella.
Yeah.
And it's saying that basically the decline of the working class from more humble, communitarian sort of way of living, and is now just basically spoiled brats, individualistic.
Right. So
a bit more grotesque
Thatcher
than they
created
used
the
to
modern
be, I think
DEANO.
it's-
Put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I don't have this same visceral disdain for like working class people who have managed to get out of squalor. I don't expect the working class to like move up into the middle class and suddenly become like cultural, like
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I got
You know,
nothing against DEANO
have cultural taste.
or his what's it called, Cillian Murphy poster. Go DEANO, you've earned it, mate.
Go, DEANO, go. Yeah. It's a bit like a bit of a Tolkien worldview, isn't it? Like they should stay as hobbits rather than
Yeah.
turn into break out of their mold.
Uh,
This is the Ubermensch.
Yeah,
This is
the Faustian spirit.
If she down, I'm down.
Speaking of Ubermensch, yeah.
Oh, do you know what I found recently? That the protein responsible for Alzheimer's, the amyloid protein, is on the chromosome that people with Down syndrome have a surplus of. I believe it's chromosome 21, if I'm mistaken. And it just so happens that chromosome 21's got the amyloid precursor protein encoded in it. And so that's.
What's that in English?
Pardon? I guess it.
What does that
In
mean?
broad
what's that
terms, that people with Down syndrome have are at greater risk of Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
Are we going to say
Sad.
big ass?
No, oh good.
The dump truck gene.
Alzheimer's.
Big ass and big tongues. British Museum in far right turn as it vows to return all foreign objects and displays only native British ones. A museum of only native British artefacts would consist mostly of artefacts made by white British people, giving the impression Britain was historically white British.
You can't win with these people, can you?
I can't wait for this day.
It's like
No, but I can't wait for this day.
how the fuck are you supposed to win?
Well, it's just like Morris dancers in the museums.
I mean,
that's all it is. Just
well,
Morris
yeah,
dancers
and
and
like
gollywogs.
Anglo-Saxon war helmets and shit, I guess.
Did I ever tell you about that? There was a picture like It was like a porcelain Hitler head just in the shop in my hometown. It's just in the window, like being sold. It's a porcelain Hitler head.
Are you sure that
In
wasn't like
uniform and
Charlie
everything.
Chaplin or something? Like, are you actually sure it was?
No,
It was the Mustache Man.
it was. It was Mustache Man.
I've been to antique shops up north, and they're full of Nazi shit for some reason. I don't know where they got it from, or
I think they're just ignorant of what it is.
Everywhere. Yeah, I really wanted to buy some stuff, but got told.
You could be like Jordan Peterson, right? He stores all sorts of totalitarian, memorabilia. I think is the best word for it.
Artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his excuse? He wants to remind himself of how evil something or can be, or something like that. Probably.
Yeah. Or he's really into the aesthetic.
Maybe that's why he's crying all the time though. He's just surrounded by ugliness. Right, what topic do you want to do next? We got Andrew Tate, Prince Pussy, Harry, Prime, or Lex Freedom's reading list.
I don't know enough about Andrew Tate, so I want to learn about it. But
Okay.
I'm up for anything.
All right, let's do Andrew Tate.
Okay. Right. So a grooming gang,
What
a
was the
grooming
pizza
gang
figure
busted in Romania. Basically, I guess that's the gist of it.
He's Muslim, right?
Oh no, you going there? No.
Andrew.
Yeah. So
Oh, he's hard Roman Catholic.
really?
Romanian Orthodox
I feel like-
Church.
I feel like, but when in Romania, do as the Romanians do, though, right? Like,
But I guess, but
I've been to
interestingly,
Romania,
I
it's
guess
pretty
compare the treatment he's getting from the treatment. I don't know, say Jeffrey Epstein got, right? People are rightly pointing out that Andrew Tate wasn't the right kind of human trafficker, right? Because the right kind of human traffickers get to wine and dine with Bill Clinton, for instance, right? Whereas the wrong ones get apprehended in Romania. I am being
Yeah, it says
facetious,
here on his
but it does
Getter
feel
account he
like,
converted to Islam.
yeah, like I am being facetious here, but it does look like there's a certain imbalance. Like the right kind of fraudsters get to have buff pieces around them, like Sam Bankman-Fried in news, even after it's exposed that they're fraudsters. The wrong kind of fraudsters, get pilloried. So I don't know. Maybe if Andrew Tate was a vociferous, Democrat supporter, right now everyone would be saying that. Is he really that bad though? Yeah.
Does anyone even like him? Is anyone like? I feel like everyone's just kind of just let him slip away into. I don't really see anyone defending him or.
Well,
or
Sam
any sorts of-
Bankman-Fried. I think. Oh
No,
Andrew Tate.
Well, I watched a clip
Yeah.
of Joe Rogan and Dave Portnoy talk about it,
Not the
and I don't know. It was just kind of like, yeah, Dave Portnoy's like, yeah, but we don't know. He says a lot of really intelligent things, but then he just says wild things. It's like, right, yeah, but like, just very sort of milquetoast thing. It's not really defending, but then not really saying one way or another.
Yeah.
Just that kind of messaging where it's like, I don't want to piss anyone off, and people are going to interpret what I'm saying the way they want, so that they'll keep, watching Barstool Sports for some reason.
Yeah. Well, why would you torture
Well, that's
yourself for that?
Joe Rogan is now, isn't it?
I guess bottom line is, if you're going to do criminal activity, you cannot also simultaneously be an internet persona. You cannot, and this is advice to anyone who thinks they can live Andrew Tate's lifestyle, you cannot do criminal shit and then become an internet personality and then brag about doing criminal shit. I thought this is obvious, but it seems like not so much. Seems like people want to be the mafioso who puts himself in the spotlight, and you cannot do that. In fact, you've been there have been examples of actual mafiosos in the US who did exactly that, who thought that they can skate the line finely, and on one side be corrupt and crooked as shit, and on the flip side brag about it, and at some point the system just says no, especially if that system is Romania, who's currently trying to, I believe, get into the Eurozone, and so kind of needs to clean up his image. And so if you're out there bragging about breaking the law, sooner or later there is going to be a prosecutor who's going to be like, do you know what? he's going too far. Like if he kept it quiet, maybe, but because he's so loud about it, we gotta do something. Yeah.
Yeah, this all kicked off with he just out of the blue started like tweeting at Greta Thunberg about how many cars he has and how much gas he uses, and then she clapped back with like, "Send your complaint to this email." It was like Tiny Dick Energy,
So it was
something at
tinydick@energy.com or something like that. Yeah.
something like that, yeah. And the internet goes wild because it's one of those gotcha moments, even though, let's be real, like she's probably not running her own Twitter account, but that's beside the point. Let's for argument's sake say she did do that. But then I don't understand what this pizza thing is. I see it everywhere, but
so then he made in response to her writing that tweet, he then decided to make that video with the pizza in the background, or rather in the foreground, actually, where he brags about. He again, I didn't actually watch it, but it appears to be as inane as you imagine, with him basically flaming her and bragging about his wealth. And from then on, we had this nebulous point that the reason why he got caught is because Romanian police saw the pizza box, and they did some CSI detective investigation. That's how they realized that, like, zoom in, enhance pixels, and they were able to pinpoint his location and ascertain that he's in town. Of course, most likely the story is bullshit. Most likely the story is a cover up for the fact that police have got some informants who ratted Andrew Tate out. But of course, everyone jumped on it, and everyone is, again clapping. Ah ha ha! Andrew Tate, fucked himself over with the pizza box. Ha ha ha! So that's the gist of it.
I think anyone that goes to Romania is up to something pretty sus. If it was up to me, I'd arrest all Romanians.
So, how's the pizza? Great. Great. Well, how's he sound? He has that weird sort of Americanized British accent.
He's got the worst.
Great. I love Jerry's Pizza from Boulevard Burskas Enoy, 169.
But
Bucharesti, 1, 2, 3, 5.
It's like,
will the cops be outside when I leave? It's hard.
That's a bit better, yeah.
Will cops be outside?
I'm an alpha.
Leave? He's got like there's like a hint of Queen's English mixed with a hint of like urban London slang. It's like someone who has a very thick urban London accent actually trying to speak properly. I think that's what it sounds like. I don't know. I don't have an ear for accents.
He's such a bitch, though. Like I don't understand people like stand up to his course to be like an alpha, and it's like to being part of his course is based to be one of his little minions. So you're basically like paying to be his beater, and just put out all those channels. You were in like last year, and it was just like every time you're on YouTube, it's like Andrew Tate video, and there's like hundreds of channels. It's all of these people that join his course.
He was pushed quite a lot.
Have you seen his rap video?
No.
Yeah.
What's that?
Andrew Tate, Mr. Plenty. It's a rap video. I haven't watched it. It's from a while ago where he still had a tiny bit of hair.
Before he was claimed by the Norwood scale.
Have you seen that video of him walking, and he's walking like very effeminate?
Oh, he is quite effeminate. Somehow he makes everything, even when he's like talking about all his haram or whatever you call it. He somehow makes it seem gay. Oh shit! There we go.
I mean, look the way he's holding the phone in the pizza box.
Yeah, that's
so limp-wristed. Like the way he's holding
so limp-wristed.
The cigar. I hate this cigar culture, man. Like everyone's doing it now. It's like fuck off.
Yeah, people are trying to be cool.
He's chewing on a big dick.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like I get people who genuinely do it because they enjoy it, but it just feels like half the people don't actually enjoy it, and they're just doing it for clout.
Got a little Imagine Noir's take, who seems to think that everything is a psyop, no matter what it was.
To be honest, I like Punished
it's a good angle
Majid
to approach
Nawaz,
that
who
from.
thinks everything's a psyop. He's much better than the let's reform Islam Majid Nawaz. He's
Yeah.
now he's got
Yeah,
yeah, the Majid Nawaz is like
Lovely
I am
little image from
anti-establishment. That's the kind of Majid Nawaz we want more of. I don't know.
that's a great sketch.
Yeah, so Meat Canyon. Whoever updated Andrew Tate Wikipedia is a genius. Lost to Greta Thunberg.
And the Taliban also called out for his release, right?
Yeah, he converted to Islam in 2022, he said.
Wait, the Taliban?
They're into a space with the Afghan
the
Taliban
actual
to assist
Taliban
the
called for his
of
release?
Andrew Tate. They're worried about Andrew Tate and they're asking us if he's free yet. They say Westerners need Andrew Tate because we are oppressed by feminists.
Wow.
I love that the Taliban are back. But and they're around with the internet. It's just they got something to say about.
And now we go to our Taliban correspondent. Yeah, I think we've said everything on that one. What do we want next? Prime, Prince Pussy, or Lex Friedman?
Prime? I don't know much about Prime. You're gonna have to
I only know what I know from the from that stream, but I thought we'd just watch this video because it's funny.
Hey, what's that up there?
Yeah. Bet you never been this close to a celebrity before, huh? You want to take a selfie or... Don't focus down there. Here, look back up here. Here, have a Prime. Yeah, go ahead and drink that. Yeah, it's smooth, isn't it? That's smooth. Oops, sorry. I thought you might have been dying or...
The best bit's where his fucking... where his fucking minion comes
Swarming
in.
here. Mike! Mike, come help with this!
Yeah. Man, Logan's been working on so much crazy stuff this year. He's a total workhorse. Right, Logan?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Just here. Let's get those panties off here. Get on your back!
Yeah. He's trustworthy, too. He's the best. He's the best. I love him.
Yeah, it's fucking... But yeah, it just seems like this crappy hydration drink that flopped in America, but somehow is doing better here.
because of KSI.
What was the thesis? That because of KSI and the Asian
in order
community.
for it to sell amongst the working classes in the US, you would probably need someone like Tucker Carlson, or even like Dave Portnoy to advertise it. Like Logan Paul resonates more likely with dumbass millennials and dumbass Zoomers. I think Zoomers more than millennials, I'd say. And like Zoomers in the US just, I don't know, aren't interested in this kind of stuff. I mean,
do you not think that Wakey Wines is was the more of the driving force in the UK?
yeah,
maybe?
possibly. And Asda.
Did you know about Wakey Wines?
I think they got
what's the
banned
Wakey
of
Wine?
TikTok.
Wakey Wines is
They got banned of TikTok for
Yeah,
aggressive
it's
promotion
some,
of
like-
Prime and deceptive practice or something. I mean, they were selling tins of Prime for like 100 quid. Do you know what?
yeah, he's
Do you know what's absolutely galling? I saw on eBay people selling empty bottles of Prime for like 10 quid. And it would say like Prime empty bottle 10 quid, and then like in red letters, disclaimer, this is just an empty bottle, no liquid inside. Fucking hell. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you get the bottle, and then you can fake doing a review for the.
Well, just put
You could probably make that money back quite
some
easily.
tap water.
Yeah, Wakey Wines is a I think it's some Asian dude in Wakefield. So he's got that proper thick Yorkshire Asian accent where he's like, "Yeah, right, bro. We got the
amazing.
we got the prime drink, Leo, no, innit? Come on, Wakey Wines. Rubber Dinghy Rapids, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah, peace. I don't understand energy drinks, man. Like, grow up.
No, I mean, I understand energy drinks
Well,
personally.
for me,
I love Monster. I love Monster to bits, but I don't assign
Tastes like plasters.
any value to it.
TCP.
I don't ascribe, like, if suddenly Monsters was being incredibly rare and started costing, tens of pounds for a can, I would probably just stop buying it. Like, I don't. Yeah, I don't ascribe that much value to it.
Okay, let's do Prince Harry.
Yeah, William.
Oh yes.
Get the dog bowl.
Oh yeah.
Did you hit him? If I had done, he'd have gone right through that dog bowl. I landed on a dog's bowl, pieces cut into me. Harry's leaked book alleges William attacked him.
She treated me like a young stallion. Harry lost his virginity to older woman in a field behind a pub, age 17. He's spilling all the beans. He also took shrooms and saw a head growing out of a bin. He announced he's circumcised. By extension, means his brother is. What else he said? He bragged about killing all the Taliban, which is not done so for his expensive security costs. He's always complaining about. Yeah.
That explains the queue
it.
at the bottom.
I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, the queue for Harry's book signing, waiting patiently outside Waterside. Which, actually, there was only one person there today. Apparently there was about 50 press, and just one person walked into the Waterstones at Piccadilly Circus. Yeah. I don't know who he's surrounded by, who suggests that they're no friends.
Yeah, because I'm kind of thinking, if you're going to, this is not advice, but if you're going to alienate someone, I guess don't alienate everyone. Like, don't write a book where you air out so much of your dirty laundry that you alienate everyone. Because, there is, if you're gonna court the fuck royal family people, right? There's a sizable demographic, a good group to court. It looks like he's been courting it so far. That's whatever, you do you. But then don't go about saying how you went on a rampage in Afghanistan, because I can assure you the intersection, the Venn diagram of people who dislike the royals and people who supported the war in Afghanistan is vanishingly small. So my advice to Harry would be, if you're gonna alienate people, don't alienate everyone, because you are quickly running out of allies. Like, you had allies amongst the people who hated the royals, sure, fine. You swapped your groups of patronage, so to speak, and now you've managed to alienate those people as well, because you decided to talk about your antics antics. Not the best word, but talk about how you most likely killed civilians in Afghanistan, a completely needless and stupid intervention.
Yeah, another Venn diagram that doesn't work. So he also said that they didn't, in the Oprah interview, say that the royal family had been racist when they suggested they wondered what the baby's skin colour would be or whatever, what the baby would look like. And he was like, no, we didn't. And then about 10 minutes later in this interview the other day, he starts talking about, he starts defending the royal assistant lady I can't remember what her name is, but the lady, whatever, who asked the woman that dresses like a Lion King extra where she's actually from, and it caused this whole big old race row on the royal side of stuff. And he's defending her, but then also denying the race stuff. So again, he's just
on the roll.
Everyone he could possibly. Yeah, he's on the roll. Yeah, I could see him actually just topping himself off a bridge in LA at some point.
Would you, we have the inside scoop on what happened with this fight between him and William. Shall I read out what precisely happened?
Cena.
Yes, go on.
So Harry writes that he gave his brother a glass of water and said, "Willie, I can't speak to you when you're like this." He writes, "He set down the water, called me another name, then came at me." I wonder what that other name was.
Willie came at him.
Lunged.
An I, a couple of G's, an R, and an N.
Oh, no.
Only a ginger can call another ginger. Anyway, it all happened so very fast. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and he knocked me down to the floor. I landed on the dog's bowl, which cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. I lay there for a moment, dazed, then got to my feet and told him to get out. Harry writes that William urged him to hit back, citing fights they had as children. Harry says he refused to do so, to which William replied, "That's what I thought, you little ginger bitch. This is exactly why I'm going to be king and you're not. Only big dicks get the crown, my friend. Now clean up this mess. You're covered in pedigree, chum." Before leaving, slamming the door behind him.
My goodness, just crown this man already. Just crown. I mean, he proved to me that he is heir to the throne. You know, I kneel. I kneel. My goodness. King William.
There is
Easy.
an element. There is an element. Is Harry just on a secret mission to save the royal family by just being so obtuse and?
So like I see it.
I mean, Prince
self-destruct.
Yeah. Andrew had a go at that, but
so
it
like
didn't really
Prince
work.
Andrew rubbing his hands as he's reading this, be like, yeah, suddenly no longer the most hated royal. I see where you're getting at with that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
There's still a pub in Fitzrovia called the Duke of York that just has Prince Andrew's face on it still. I go there all the time just because of that. Fair enough, guys, not changing.
but yeah,
This may be toxic masculinity, but if I had a fight where my necklace got broken, I'd take that shit to the grave.
honestly, I had my reservations about William. I thought, oh no, he's gonna succeed King George, and then everything's gonna go to shit because he's really soft. After reading that paragraph, everything dispelled. I am ready. My body
gets
is
better.
ready for King William. I don't think my body could ever be more ready for King William. He is not the heir we deserve,
It
but
gets
the heir
better.
we need.
He's another base story from Will. Will once said to me, "Gaylord say what?" He purposely said it really fast and unclearly. I didn't understand what he had said, so innocently replied, "What?" This instantly made me a Gaylord, and he gleefully
that's
told all
fake.
our friends and
That's
family.
fake. That's debunked by real American patriots.
Prince Harry was high on
Yeah.
laughing gas and ate Nando's chicken at the birth of his son Archie, he reveals in his new
Awful.
book.
So I've got a friend who's like the head of comms for Nando's, and she told me that celebrities normally just get a Nando's headline and they get free Nando's for life. They get like a little special black cup. And I asked, is he going to get one? And apparently not. Apparently Nando's hate the royal family.
So he's alienated Nando's as well.
Nando's as well. I don't know why Nando's hates the royal family.
Apparently Nando's is quite popular on the English UK comedy circuit, because apparently it's like quite a good meal to eat that doesn't get you bloated before a show.
It is a good meal, yeah. But more importantly, have we got Nando's stance on the war in Afghanistan?
Nando's on war.
The official Nando's spokesman.
First thing that came up was Japan's contribution to Afghanistan.
Nando is a village in southern Afghanistan.
Whoa.
So maybe.
There's a guy called Nando Atish. They obviously don't have a strong position on it.
No, in countries which don't have a Nando's. There's a lot. Iran is on there. Israel doesn't have a Nando's either, though, so they're playing both sides or playing it safe.
Don't reveal your allegiances too early, right?
Yeah, they're going to see who wins, yeah.
Wait 20 years, big doing side. Nice, I like it. Cheeky strategic acumen from Nando's.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, no.
finally we've got the Lex Friedman reading list.
This is basically like undergraduate. I'm trying to like a POA book told me I need to read more, so this is what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? That's exact. That's like that's what it looks to me.
He's come out and said, I've actually read loads of these books before. I just like to reread them.
Yeah,
I think I believe
I
that.
mean, sure. But it's still just looks pretentious and basic. Like, okay, so if you want, like, I probably wouldn't post it online if I made like a really basic bitch Bobby's first adult book kind of. I mean, the Little Prince is there. Really, even if I made a list like that, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put it on the internet.
What's our count? Right? How many of these have you read? Because I think I've only read.
I've read the first 5. I've read Animal Farm. I've read The Plague. I've read Fight Club, and Frankenstein. Yeah.
I've read 1984. I've seen the film adaptation of Animal Farm. I've read some of Siddhartha, and that's it.
I've read about.
If there's a movie of them, I've seen the
third of
movies.
these.
Oh, Brave New World as well.
Yeah, I've read about 1/3 of these.
Oh, and I've read Sapiens, which was shit.
Yeah, I avoided that like the plague.
I remember last year when Lauren was so excited to tell me every time. She's like, I'm reading Sapiens. I'm like, okay. It's really good. Yeah.
It's the Lex Freeman of books, isn't it?
No, but I think genuinely, this reading list isn't like I'm going to read these books, because he's just released a video, which I was watching before this, where he's talking about each of these books for an hour. So don't expect any fantastic insights from them, but I think this was more of a layout of books that he's going to be reviewing, kind of like a book club thing where it's just him reading.
I think it's the opposite of what Prince Harry's done, where he's done the inverse of the Venn diagram that Harry's done, where all these books.
Should check if he's got a Nando's sponsorship.
He's doing the Nando's thing. He's playing all the sides, and he's trying to just attract as big an audience with as beige a reading list as possible.
I see what I mean.
Because
So, for instance, he's going to attract someone who likes Fight Club, and then also, he's going to I see what I mean. Mm-hmm. I read The Old Man and the Sea. I feel like the problem with Old Man and the Sea is it's one of those books that is like really long, and people as a result think it's profound. And if you say it's like a book that everyone who huffs their own farts reads and says, "Oh my goodness, it was so profound," but it's just long, and you're not allowed to say that you didn't like it, because if you say you didn't like it and you think it kind of it went on for a bit too long, then that says more about you than about the book, because the book is just far too big-brained. Exactly, bottom right hand corner. That's the problem with Old Man and the Sea.
What is the meaning behind The Old Man and the Sea? It can be interpreted as an allegory for Hemingway's career. Hemingway was lonely.
Meta.
Yeah. Dostoevsky does that better. He wrote The Gambler he wrote The Gambler to get out of a gambling debt, which I thought was a nice touch.
Dostoevsky wrote The Crime and Punishment as well, right? Which I think is a much better book. I think Crime and Punishment actually is.
A Day in the Life of Ivanovich. A Day in the Life of insert Russian name I can't pronounce or remember here. It's basically, it goes through like 24 hours in a gulag. It's basically like a very condensed version of the Gulag Archipelago in like a narrative form. But yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I read that in a day.
Nice.
What I'm liking about all this Lex Friedman stuff is that I've never seen a glowy be found out so quickly. I had no idea that so many people knew this term, and everyone's like, even old ladies on Twitter are like, "Who's this person that I'm suddenly following?" and all this sort of stuff. Like, suddenly,
he's pushed.
Everyone's a bit like,
he really is
"Who the
pushed.
hell is this guy?"
Well, he used to work at Google, and his boss was the head of Google, right? And he had him on his first or second episode of his podcast a few years ago.
Would you believe that?
And I feel like every time Joe Rogan gets a scientist on his podcast, he'll go, "You should go on Lex Friedman's." So it's not who you know, it's who you blow.
He's also sort of exaggerated his credentials as an MIT researcher or something as well. That's one of the problems that a lot of people.
Yeah, but apparently, one of the interesting tidbits in the world of like cosmic coincidences is that he was at Drexel University when Sam Hyde delivered his like rise to fame Roman gladiator TED talk, and apparently this is more unconfirmed. He was in the audience of that talk, which is like a what are the odds kind of moment, right? Like when people are writing epic tales about Sam Hyde, they're gonna be like, and when he first delivered that TED talk, none other was in the audience than Lex Friedman.
Isn't Lex Ukrainian? He was just going to see a talk by a Ukrainian pilot.
The Ghost of Kiev.
Could in the future become the Ghost of Kiev.
But yeah, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but someone on Twitter was saying that he's a 39-year-old virgin.
So there was that interview,
which I think tracks because his naive interpretation of love and how everything's about love and we just need to love and love. If you count the number of times he says love in his podcast, it's like vomit inducing.
He hasn't developed right, has he? He's missed a crucial part of growing up, which
is learning hate.
Yeah, and everyone's always joking about him getting a girlfriend. Everyone's always joking about him not having a girlfriend. So I think probably there is some truth to that. But also, didn't you guys share me a picture of him at some weird sort of like sex party with Joe Rogan?
No, so
Something like that going on?
the thing that makes people think that that is that he did a show with someone, and that person basically started insinuating that Lex Friedman's got like a massive dong, and that he'd be able to definitely satisfy people in bed. And then Lex Friedman gave like a very cryptic, "Well, we'll see about that," kind of like implying that he hasn't done it yet, kind of an answer. I think. I wonder if I have that clip
Is it Whitney
somewhere.
Cummings?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And so you can see he's like visibly uncomfortable while the other guy's like cracking jokes about big dongs. And he basically keeps alluding to the fact, but like in a really roundabout way, that he doesn't have much experience.
Hasn't he got a weird aversion to talking about the Epstein stuff as a honeypot and saying there's no evidence for this?
Yeah, he was just like, well, a lot of people at MAT, it's just,
Oh, it was the same when
Harry does these long sighs in his podcast as well. It's like,
I remember when Rogan had him on, and he asked him about Michael Hastings. I don't know if that name rings a bell. Michael Hastings is the journalist who wrote extensively about. I love how we're pivoting back to Afghanistan. It's an amazing segue. He wrote about all the corruption going on in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan, all the malfeasance, all the mistreatment of POWs, all that shit. He wrote 2 books about Afghanistan, about how like the generals were incredibly corrupt, yada yada yada. And then died in mysterious circumstances because the brakes in his car just stopped working. And so his car was a very modern car with a lot of electronics. And it was later revealed, I don't know if it was revealed before or after, but after it was revealed that intelligence agencies have a way of disabling your brakes remotely. So you don't even have to be anywhere near your car to suddenly disable your braking system. And so Joe Rogan just posed this innocuous, so Lex, would you think that would be possible? And Lex started being incredibly cagey, being like, I can't reveal, like, I don't do it. So definitely look up the clip of Joe Rogan and Lex Friedman talking about disabling brakes in a car remotely.
Is he just so obvious that it can't be true? Or is that part of or is that just part of it?
But he has this style of interviewing that just really rubs me up the wrong way as well. Where
phlegmatic. My goodness.
He'll ask a question, but he'll keep adding potential answers to the question, and then he'll ask another question while coming up with answers to a question that his guest should be answering. And then he's like spent 2-3 minutes asking a question, answering it, and asking more questions that the guest then doesn't answer any of the interesting question. I feel like it's a thing of scientists, because like Andrew Huberman does this as well. I was listening to him talk to Jocko Willink, and he'd do the same thing where he'd be like, so what do you do when you get up in the morning? Do you do this or do you do that? Or is it more like this? Because there's research that shows this, but maybe you do this. And it's like, let the guy fucking answer. Just ask him what time he gets up and how many reps of fucking sit-ups he does.
Not that Jocko Willink, no offense, but it can be an interesting conversation partner. And whatever daily routine he gives you can be sure that it's fucking incorrect. Yeah, Jocko Willink is like a somewhat more legit liver king, but the whole like, wake up at 4 a.m., read a book, run a marathon, go to bed at 3 a.m., wake up at 4 a.m., meditate for 2 hours. Like, most likely, no. Most likely, that's not how you spend your days.
Yeah, I started doing this thing. I started doing this thing with Nadine where I just say the opposite advice that Jocko Willink would give. It's like, lay in bed till 11 a.m. Get up, eat a full English breakfast, and do all your exercise on a full stomach. Then take a nap for 2 hours.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm sure Lex Fridman's he's just Mr. Beast on, so he's gonna just increase his reach. And,
it's just that, isn't it? The same with all the jiu-jitsu stuff that he does, and well, it's just like
With stuff like this as well, like, by the way, I'll probably end up doing a podcast with each of them. Should be good conversations. What do you mean you'll probably end up doing a podcast with each of them? It's like, says who?
Yeah, way to be.
Is there anyone you won't interview?
I guess. Yeah.
I can't wait for the Putin episode that he's been promising for years. I will sit down with Joe Biden and Putin. I want to appeal to everyone. It's all about love. He's basically like the male version of like those fucking girls that believe in astrology and like spirituality. Yeah. He's like the male version of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we'll end on some Nassim Taleb.
I love it. I love it. Peterson's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get involved," and then Nassim Taleb's like, "No, you will not." Yeah, I think the last thing we need in this debate is
he's such a dick.
I think the last thing we need in this is Jordan Peterson getting involved. Enough.
He tried to get involved in Sargon of Akkad and Peter Hitchens spat as well.
No.
But apparently, Sargon won. He passed Hitchens' shit test.
Supposedly. Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent.
We've done another episode.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Do you like the new format? Do you want us to review last year's memes? We don't want to do that anymore, so please don't tell us that you want that. But if you do want it, like, subscribe, share, and maybe we'll give it to you.